Yeah, proud of our team, proud of our staff. Certainly played with great effort, toughness. Thought we played with passion, liked the competitive spirit. Really saw some great leadership emerge. We've made a lot of progress in terms of the intangibles that we want on our football team. But the reality here is that there are some areas where we have to make improvement. There's consequences for not having great communication. There's consequences for playing with the wrong technique, having poor eye discipline, losing our composure and poise, and having some undisciplined penalties, and then certainly being in the wrong gap, not executing in critical situations. So tremendous teachable moments, and I think this game is going to prove to be very beneficial for our football team. You'd like to have all these things to teach off of and win the game, which we certainly were in position to do. But I think without struggle, there is no growth. And we're challenging our team to take complete ownership of your role, go about it with some integrity and tell the truth. We all can improve, and I'm at the top of the list. It's got to become very, very important and mean something to each individual to do their job for their teammate. And we're excited about the improvement that we can make between week 1 and week 2, and look forward to hosting Liberty this week.
Thank you, Coach. Our first questions come from Whitney Hayworth with the Sunbelt Digital Network. Please go ahead, Whitney.
Coach, it sounds like your team knows the mistakes that they made and what they want to improve on as they head into this week against Liberty. So how did you see them come in yesterday? I'm sure you had film sessions, and kind of what was the mentality and the atmosphere in the locker room?
Really, really good. I think we worked hard on building some really strong trust. I think we've got great open lines of communication with our staff. I think our players are in a lot better place relative to how much they've invested, and I don't think we had a bit of fear going into that dome and playing Saturday, and that showed up. There was a high level of belief, and once we started to have success, we kind of settled in and started competing and going toe-to-toe with the SEC, which is always a good thing. And a lot of technical things to improve upon. We've got to do the simple things well, start with taking care of the football, eliminating mental errors, communicating better, tackling better. I think some of the things maybe that you see in openers showed up for us, which I didn't expect that. I felt like we were polished and ready to play. I think all 3 areas we had good plans, and players played with terrific effort and proud of that. So our players were in a good place yesterday, and certainly the couple that I've seen so far today have been in a great place as well. We'll bounce back, and I think that this will prove to be very beneficial for our group.
Offensively, obviously the running game pretty strong as usual, but another player that stood out was Jamal Bell. What did you see from him, obviously collecting some career highs on Saturday?
Yeah, Jamal's a guy who's made tons of progress. He's a kid that's from East Texas, a rural community. He played didn't get any scholarship offers, played junior college ball. We signed him last summer. Came in early. Was a guy maybe that I used to ride him about every day last year, knowing that he had ability. Had some ball security issues last year, wasn't a very dependable guy. But he's really grown up and matured. He made tremendous progress. His game is more detailed, and he's a very effective player. One of the things that impressed me about him in the game is how competitive that he was. I thought he played with great toughness. He was physical. He was very aggressive in his approach, and that's what I like to see, man. Is those things that doesn't take any talent to do those things. He's got talent. It's just always been a question of whether he was going to cut it loose and agree to do things the right way. But he had good practice, great preparation, has been in a battle at that position and won that job. And we're excited about him going forward, having a great future.
And looking ahead to this weekend, obviously you'll face Liberty, a team going through a little bit of adversity with their head coach being under the weather per se. But, you know, what have you seen from them, and what can you tell us that we should expect to see on Saturday from them?
Well, they've got some weapons. You know, they certainly have got some guys that can rush the passer. They've got some slippery guys that got some twitch on the edges. They're big in the middle, not only the interior defensive linemen, but the inside backers. And really impressed with the overall athletic ability of the secondary. So got some height, got some length. Then I think on offense they've got a proven passer, a guy that can throw the ball around the park, and they've got some skill on the perimeter at receiver to go with that. Big, long, heavy offensive line and a group of tight ends that kind of make them unique in what they can do. So they're a well-rounded team, and certainly, you know, it was 10-0 against Syracuse at the half, so they hung in there and competed with those guys. So it'll be a great challenge. I know Coach Freeze from his days at Ole Miss, and certainly his teams have always been very competitive and well coached, and this group is no different.